welcome back to another episode of The Leadership. We have another special segment today, another one being the last one we did that was unusual was interns. But real quick, I'm Johnny Zielinski, and this is my co-host, Alex Leverett. Today we will be interviewing our tvgYOU program, programmees? What are they calling you guys these days? What's your official title? Apprentices. Okay, we got John Kim and Sam Scarpa. Appreciate y'all joining us today from your busy schedule of being ordered around the company and training and stuff like that. So how are y'all doing?
Doing really, really good. It's unfortunately it's an overcast Monday, but I personally like the rain, so it's doing really, really good.
Yeah, those of you that can't see the weather, maybe the background, it's like about 40 degrees and raining. Yeah. Just to set the tone. John, how are you doing?
Doing fine as well. This is definitely my type of weather. Get to dress up, have some coats on.
That's what I'm talking about. So first question, how long have you been with TVG?
We've been with TVG for about 4 months now.
Yeah, I guess that's kind of the same question for you, 4 months.
Just
what was
about
the,
4 months.
Do you guys remember the official start date?
August 15th. Yeah.
15th, all right. So you came in here when it was about 110 and now you got a nice 40 day.
Exactly.
All right, cool.
Moving through the seasons, if you would.
Nice. Are you guys from the DFW or where did you grow up?
Not initially. I grew up in a little bit everywhere. I was born in Utah, grew up in Arizona, and then I've spent the last good 10 years here, so not really, but kinda.
Okay, cool.
I'm a little simpler. I was born and raised in Houston for the past 24 years, and I just moved here for the new position.
Are you liking it so far? Do you like Dallas?
As a city, I love Dallas, but can't beat the food or the feeling of home in Houston.
H-Town.
I gotta get recommendations from you next time I go to Houston for food because I'm sure there's good stuff there. I just don't visit that often. All right, so I guess let's start with how did you guys hear about tvgYOU?
Yeah, so my stepmom works for the company, Denise, and so for a good year or so before it actually started, she had been kind of telling me about the program, letting me know what Joel wanted out of it and different things of that sort. And it just so happened I was kind of trying to find a new position somewhere I can further my career when it actually was getting ready to start. So I just applied for it and here I am.
Love it.
I found out about this opportunity through William Doan. He's one of the consultants at TVG. And I was just working my day-to-day job over at Micro Center previously. And he told me about this opportunity. He said, John, I think you'd be a good fit. So I said, let me look into it. Let me see what the company's about, what I'll be doing, and then take my chances there. And I'm here, so everything went well.
So what initially interested you in the program? Like, why did you choose to apply, initially accept the position as well?
For me, at least, there was a few things that really kind of drew my eye about the company. First and foremost, whenever I heard about the program, I looked up the website, and really what stood out was the values. I really enjoyed the emphasis on teamwork and more specifically on culture. Anybody who works anywhere now knows that it's a really, really hard thing to find a company that takes the time to actually care about you past just being an asset. They care about the person, not the asset. So that's what stood out to me at first. And then as well as that, I was never somebody who was really cut out for college. I never saw the point of it. So knowing that this was entry level and they want to develop the skills necessary for what you're going to be doing, it all just came out perfectly for me.
Yeah, awesome.
I would probably say the values the most. Coming across those in any sort of corporate field, you see them and they're meant to almost be an advertisement. And so it's always going to be good most of the time, but it's a hard choice in deciding whether it's true or not. And so seeing the values that TVG represented, I extremely was hooked into it. And I said, I think I'm willing to take the chance, especially if my friend Will says it's a great company. So I came here, found out for myself, and it's been everything and more.
I'm gonna go off script a little bit. Sorry about this, but so could one of you, if one of you wants to define TVG program, like what it is for us, real quick, and for the viewers of this show, and if the other one, just if you want to give your own definition or just chime in and add to it, that'd be awesome. Just what is tvgYOU?
I would state it as an opportunity to place yourself where you can't necessarily reach conveniently, especially depending on your life situations. Not everyone is blessed with a life that is financially supported, financially provided for, or just gifted in any other aspect where you can have a full ride to college, you have your own car, you have apartment paid for. And for people like that, they have some of the hardest working aspects that no one can imagine. but they don't have the financial tools to utilize them. And so tvgYOU is really an opportunity for people like that who don't get the chance to shine because they don't have that prerequisite, so to speak. And it really just opens you up. It's a new window for a career rather than just a job. Yeah.
Great answer.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. Sam, anything you want to add to that?
Really, just I can't agree more. I really like the way he put it at the beginning, that it's an opportunity. TVG wants to take a shot on you. It's not, you're asking for help. They're wanting to take that shot on you. And just really, again, I can't agree more with what he said. It's something for people who may not have the capability to reach where they could otherwise. And it's it's an incredible program.
Awesome, absolutely. So I know you said that it surpassed a lot of the things that you were thinking about the program. So what were your expectations going into the program? Were you apprehensive about anything? Were you excited about anything? And were they met, surpassed, or anything like that?
I'll go ahead and say my only biggest concern coming into tvgYOU was the values, whether or not they actually reached them, whether or not they were true. Everything else, all the other factors, I was more than determined that I would make my way. I'd be flexible, I'd learn, I'd fight where I had to, and I'd earn my place. But the values were the strong foundation that I'd be able to work upon. And so if that was false in any way, none of it would work. But judging from what I've seen in the past 4 months, it's been an amazing experience. Everything has been just glitter and gold.
Yeah,
Quite simply.
that's awesome.
And I can't help but agree with John, but I had some different concerns going into it. I always was concerned that I wouldn't really be cut out for the corporate mold, if you would, the cubicle farm everybody thinks of that you see in movies and things of that sort. So going into it, I was concerned that it would be anything close to that, but from the moment you walk into the office, it's beautiful. It doesn't feel like a cubicle farm. You can see everybody's talking with each other. So from the moment I walked in, I knew it was somewhere I would like to be and that I want to be for a long while. And, after the 4 months of having been here and forming some relationships with some amazing people in the office, it's, there's nothing to be worried about.
It's cool now with so many people working from home, but back when we were all in the office like 5 days a week, like good luck trying to have a conference call at that desk with like 50 other people around you, like hooting and hollering. It was always wild, but I mean, that's just part of the culture too. Alex, how long have you been with the company again?
I think I just hit my 8 months.
Really?
Yeah.
And so you guys, all three of you, started like at a time where like we weren't having everybody in the office. Like we have the quarterlies now and the TPS meetings monthly before that. But like, do y'all really still feel like the core values are, like really that, I guess, they resonate that much of the company even with so few people in the office?
I would say they still resonate. It's a little bit harder to see at times just because there aren't so many people to be displaying those values, if that makes sense. It's a little bit harder to give the shirt off your back when you may not be in the office to give the shirt, or something to that effect. But even through that, I can still see it. People are still out here looking out for each other, making sure there's opportunities, and also looking if there's anybody that needs help. It's a great company because it doesn't leave you feeling alone with your concerns or with your problems. There's somebody that's always there to reach out to see, hey, is everything going okay?
Yeah,
That's what I love
absolutely.
most.
Cool. Well, no, I appreciate y'all's perspective on that for sure. So have either of you been on any projects yet?
Yeah, I actually got to shadow the last couple weeks of our go live with VPG. Obviously, it was a little bit different coming into it at the very, very end, but even there, you get just an incredible amount of knowledge and just, I guess you could say, perspective on exactly how these go lives go, and more importantly, what we're focusing on during them. It's a lot of cooperation, it's a lot of communication, and just, I don't know, moving through all of the different departments that we were working with, it shows how involved of a process it is. It's not just, here's the product, good luck, figure it out. We go down there, we show you everything that there is to know about it, and then go even further.
Nice. Good answer. John, have you been involved in any projects yet?
I myself am right now shadowing the Kimray go live.
Nice.
And that has been an entire journey on its own. There have
Huge
been the ups
project.
and downs. Yeah, definitely a lot of trials, tribulations that have gone on, and the Vested Groups team has just done nothing more than surpass each and every one of their goals. Right now, as we're working to a close, it is a lot more of a peaceful setting and tone, but there are still some issues that we're fixing out, and
Okay.
Perfect. Outside of, your daily work, is there anything at TVG that you've done so far, like a favorite event that you've been to or workplace tradition that you really enjoy?
I'll say two things. Workplace tradition one, the wooden bust of John Mack. I see so many people rub that head, and I can't even say I'm not one of them. I think it's hilarious. He's our own little workplace icon.
Yeah.
So for workplace traditions, the rubbing of the John Mack bust, my number one
Joel's
favorite.
is about to be
I know.
finished too, so now we'll have two of them,
The
one
rubbing,
on each side.
The rubbing of
with
the
the
Mac, I just-
removable tooth, nonetheless. But yeah, so that was a lot of fun. And then the Top 100 event that we actually went to just last weekend, or the weekend before last, was an absolute blast. Getting to rub shoulders with some incredibly influential people from the DFW area. It's an experience that you can't get anywhere
That's
else.
so awesome that you guys got to go to that.
Yeah, it was incredible.
Oh yeah, y'all going up on stage to get the award was.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was,
that's so cool.
that was everything. That was great.
Yeah.
What about you?
I can't say too much about the John Mack bust because I don't rub it.
So it's not for everybody. That's cool.
If Archie had a bust, I'd rub it. But for now, I rub his head.
Well, you might be in luck soon. So
Right.
Oh yeah, Archie is one of the things that does keep me going because it's a little bit of kind of just sass throughout your day. It spices it up. Other than that, I'd say really the huddles. It's almost, in many perspectives, a childish kind of activity, but that younger innocence is, I see purity in it as far as care, concern, making sure we remain in touch, especially in this time where everyone's working across the nation and we rarely see them in person.
Yeah.
Once every quarter now. To keep in touch every morning, make
Yeah.
sure, hey, is there anything going on? Is there anything we need to resolve? And keep that inclusivity in that, what's the word I'm looking for?
Connectivity?
Yeah, connectivity, we'll say. Amidst all this is, I'd say, one of the biggest things I find enjoyable and valuable.
I love our huddles. Delivery has great huddles. Our topic today was, how old were you when you found out that Santa wasn't real?
Okay, we don't have questions like that.
And
in
it's
the
so
investment.
Delivery
fun.
Huddle has come a long way, and I was there at the birth of it. Okay, I was there. I saw it become what it is
It's
now,
so
and I'm so
great.
happy that
we have the best topics.
that you get to be a part of that. I know that you're enjoying it. Invested is a little more formal, but I really appreciate the huddle answer as well because all the different companies I've worked at, it is so hard to get somebody's attention sometimes, and at least 4 days a week, this is a chance if people are actually on the huddle, which they should be, to get someone's attention and just really just have just a second of their time to answer a question and let the department know that you need help. So I think that's invaluable because especially as someone learning NetSuite like y'all, I know how I felt back when I was learning NetSuite, and there'd just be times where like I just felt helpless. Not saying that y'all feel this way, but just the chance to just have somebody hear me. I always appreciate that about the huddle, and even to this day when there's something I don't know. So that's my quick answer for that question. All right, so that's the great answers, both of you. Appreciate that. So 5-year program, right? Am I wrong? 5 years. Where do you guys? This is like the quintessential corporate question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Well, after 5 years, the totality of our tvgYOU program will actually be ending. It's technically a 5-year agreement. So at that point, we'll just be regular TVGers at that point. We won't be part of the program anymore. So ideally, I see myself at a little bit more of a, what's the word I'm looking for, experience point in my career with TVG. I hope that I'm not, clicking every option through NetSuite, trying to figure out exactly what each one does. So short answer, or long answer short, a little bit more experienced.
Yeah, and you will. So that's the best part about it.
Where are you going to
5
be?
years.
Yep, 5 years.
At the end of this program, I'd definitely say still here.
Okay, good.
Maybe not in Dallas. I might be living back at home, but I'm more than happy to continue working with the vested group for as long as they'd have me. Definitely be more experienced to better myself as an asset for the company. And for all that they've put into me, I want to make sure I put that back in.
Yeah.
Tell you what, it goes fast. You say
It
5
really
years, it
does.
sounds long, but like I promise you, I feel like it was yesterday, and I'm coming up on my 5 years here pretty soon. So it does go really quick. So don't lament at the time, please.
So with that, let's to round it out, what would you tell someone that is interested in tvgYOU, or what advice would you give them for a new person coming into the program?
If you want to take this one first, you can.
I would say come in open-minded, come in ready to learn, ready to absorb, because with the vested group, they're going to give you every bit of knowledge, all the tools, all the connections that you will need to utilize what you have within you, your strengths, and make them useful both to yourself and to the company. They will grow you as long as you're willing to grow, and there is no limit that is set except by yourself. So if you're going to come in with that growing mindset. Make sure you're ready to be taught, make sure you're ready to learn, ready to be molded, and just take it all in.
Wonderful.
Yeah, great answer.
I absolutely agree with John, and to kind of piggyback off of something he said at the beginning, just to be ready to adapt, especially for the age group that we're looking to kind of be choosing candidates from for this program. They'll be coming out of, some of their first jobs, coming out of high school, things of that sort. So they'll only have a certain amount of experience within the actual working field rather than any kind of experience in the corporate field. Obviously, there will be some variation to that. Just be ready to adapt and be ready for somewhat of a culture shock from what you've gotten used to. Absolutely. Yeah. And to just be malleable. There's going to be a lot of change, a lot of turns, and a lot of unexpected changes that come through, a switch around on what topic you might be presenting on, or, having a last minute event that you have to go to that you weren't prepared to go to. These are all things that you can absolutely expect. So just be ready for a culture shock and be ready to adapt.
Awesome. Guys, wonderful answers today. Really appreciate y'all stepping away from the office and your daily grind to to come let us drill you with these questions. So that was awesome. Appreciate it, fellas.
Yes.
Looking forward to working with y'all. All right. For those of you watching this and you're considering the tvgYOU program, all I should say is ask yourself, what do you really have to lose by applying? Please just come talk to us, come find out more, and we really hope that this could be an opportunity for you, as John said. So again, I'm Johnny Zielinski. Thanks for watching another episode of the Leadership Talk Show. This is my co-host, Alex Leverett. If you'd like to find out more about the Vested Group, you can go to thevested.com, and if you want to watch more episodes, go to YouTube and simply search The Vested Group or The Leadership. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time.